Are you looking for a comprehensive guide to Bali with 10-day itinerary, things to do, where to stay, what activities to do, how much it's gonna cost, rating the overall activity and the experience, and much more? If you are here to research what I said, then this video is a must watch. I have broken this video in 4 parts. Number 1, planning your trip, things to do before your travel starts. Number 2, booking your accommodation, where to book and why. Number 3, our 10-day itinerary. And number 4, most important, our budget breakup, the list of all the activities and how much we paid for it, how much it's gonna cost you. Okay, number 1, things to do before your travel starts. Now, I'm assuming that your tickets are all booked and you're excited to go. The next question that comes in mind is what to do and where to stay. I would suggest you prepare a rough sketch of your itinerary and the activities that you're planning to do, because that will dictate the accommodation that you book. If you love adventure sports, then probably you would want to stay in Ubud, because that's the adventure capital of Bali. I will cover this in detail in our second section, which is accommodation. And the rough sketch of your itinerary will help you plan better, budget better. We created a rough sketch of all the activities that we wanted to do on an Excel sheet. Next up is visa. I have added the online application link in the description down below. I would highly suggest that you do the visa before the travel starts. Applied for the visa online and we took a printout. It saved us time because we didn't have to wait in the queue. Next up, ATM and money card. If you have ordered the Wise card, I would suggest that you activate that card and transfer a bit of amount from your Australian bank account into the Wise card and then convert it into the IDR and just see how it works. Next up is your SIM card. The link in the description down below if you want to pre-order your eSIM or regular SIM card before the travel starts. When you do this online, all you have to do is when you reach at the airport, you just go and collect the SIM card. The only time that you will probably spend is trying to understand which data plan will fit you. Had a look at the website, you will know that what data plan you want. Pre-order it, go there and take the SIM card when you're at the airport. Number 2, accommodation, where to book and why. Now, if you're a single solo traveler and are on a budget, I think so the best place that you can stay is Kuta. It's really very closer to the airport, just 5 kilometers away. And it's affordable, has budget friendly accommodation, it has a bustling nightlife. Just keep in mind that it's a bit crowded though. Couples and family, and if you don't mind a bit of hustle and bustle, I would suggest Seminyak is the best place that you can stay. Variety of accommodations available. It's upscale, sophisticated, lot of shopping opportunities, amazing nightclubs, beach clubs. If you're looking for a good base in Bali from where you can explore the island, Seminyak is quite good. You can get to most of the attractions on the island within 1 hour drive, and you can go to airport, Uluwatu, Canggu just within 30 minutes. Seminyak is 10 kilometers away from the airport and it takes around about 20 minutes. Next up is Ubud. Couples, families, adventure lovers, yoga lovers. This is the place that you have to be in. Every person coming to Bali for the first time has to come to Ubud. Ubud is located here in inland and not near the beach, and that's what makes it so special. It's in a central location from where you can go and see and do so much. It's at a higher elevation in the mountainous area littered with rice fields, rainforests and temples. It is the cultural and artistic center of Bali. The food in Ubud is the best, and yoga and meditation is part of life there. If you consider yourself as an adventure lover like us, then Ubud is definitely a place that you need to go. It's 40 kilometers away from the airport and it takes around about 1.5 hours in peak traffic. Next up is Nusa Dua. Now, Nusa Dua is located down south close to Uluwatu. Nusa Dua is really popular amongst families who want to stay away from riffraff and stay in the most luxurious hotels on the white sand beaches. And there are also a lot of water sports activities here. It's good for luxury travelers, honeymooners and travelers who are looking for pure rest. 15 kilometers from the airport and it takes around about 40 minutes. Now, next up is Canggu. Now, Canggu is the busiest part of this island and is a really popular destination for people who are staying in Bali for an extended period of time. I would not recommend Canggu if you are a tourist and going there for a very short period. It's arguably the biggest digital nomad hub of the world with endless cafes, co-working spaces, amazing restaurants, awesome nightlife. You would probably want to move to Bali after spending some time in Canggu. It's 17 kilometers away from the airport, and during peak hours hours, it will take you around about 45 minutes. Okay, now moving on to section 3. This is our 10-day itinerary. Now in this section, I will cover all the activities that you cannot miss. Singles, couples and families, the price of each activity, total time taken, overall experience. Now this is a series of 3 or max 4 episodes, and in this episode, I'm going to take you and give you all the information that you need to know about visiting the most visited place in Bali, which is called Nusa Penida. Now before jumping into the activity, let me just first give you a virtual tour of a villa that we had booked and the price details. Okay, our villa is located in Seminyak. It is an amazing property, centrally located, huge open spaces, huge big rooms, extra large pool, and it also had a tropical look. I'll be very honest, we had issues with the air conditioning at the property. The air conditions were not big enough to handle the heat. Let me show you the villa. Okay, so I'm taking you to the master bedroom, this villa. Now, welcome to the master bedroom of Villa Una. And this very spacious, huge bed. The only problem that we faced here was the ACs. If you look at the size of the room, guys, it's huge, but they have only 2 small ACs, which was not effective at all. And this is the toilet and the bathroom. And if you go out from here, you have the view of the pool. It's pretty good. Huge villa. This is common living area. Here's the kitchen. Nobody has used the kitchen so far. Everyone has been eating from outside. Big space, fridge. Here's another bedroom there. We have another bedroom that side. And we have one room upstairs. That looks. Guys, if you're the one who doesn't like eating much outside, in this villa, we have this freelance chef service. Chef Deca come and cook meals for you, and this is per person basis. I think so it's around about $30. They have given a set menu for breakfast, lunch and dinner too, and the contact details are here. If you want to clarify something before you arrive here. Pretty detailed menu. It's 6 or 7 pages. We have the salad menu as well. Leave the link in the description down below if you want to check it out. We had booked it via booking.com. The staff, the property managers, they were amazing. The staff comes in the morning to clean up the villa. The rooms were made, the dishes were done, the rubbish was gone. We also had security guard for the night watch. Property manager and the staff, they don't work on Sundays. How much did we pay for the villa? It costed us $2,633. We were 4 families, so per family it costed us $665, which is cheap as chips. And for convenience, also organized the transfer from airport to the villa. We paid additional $55. It was a small minibus which had enough space for 12 of us and enough space to keep the luggage as well. And the transfer from airport to the villa, we got in touch with the property manager and he organized everything for us. The team has finally reached to the villa. This is the villa's entrance. I will give you the tour shortly. I think so everyone wants to get settled because they are all tired and we are hungry as well. The name of the villa is 333B Villa Una. Here we go, Villa Una. Guys, it's night time. See much of the villa tonight. How are you?
Good.
Your name?
Noman.
Noman.
Pretty.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Before moving on to the activities, there are a few really important tips which I want to share as soon as you land. You will definitely be jet lagged if you're traveling internationally. I would suggest that you take first couple of days easy and just relax. I would suggest that you explore Seminyak or Canggu because there are a lot of food options, hustle bustle, good nightclubs, beach clubs, and they are also known for their best nightlife. But if your flight has landed a little early and if you're in Seminyak, I would highly suggest that you explore, have a sunset dinner at Ches Gadu Gadu. I will put the details of the restaurant down below, but one bonus tip, guys, if you really want to have a sunset dinner, I would suggest that you book your table, and I would suggest you book your table even before your travel starts. We tried 3 days, but we could not get any booking during that sunset time. Okay, now we spent the first day relaxing by the pool and enjoying the local bintang beer, and we also spent some time researching and planning as to what we need to do. We called the tour operator at our villa, plan and decide which places we wanted to go. Highly suggest that you go and meet a couple of tour operators because then you can bargain and get the best price. If you book via Klook, the bargaining opportunity is lost. So now we finalized a plan for next day. We're taking you to Nusa Penida, the most visited destination in Bali. If you're planning your upcoming trip to Nusa Penida, then this section is a must watch. I'm sharing everything from how to get here, mistakes we made, what to do and what not to do, and overall cost of the entire Nusa Nusa Penida experience. Nusa Penida Island's highlight is its natural wonders such as Angel's Billabong, Kalinking Beach and Crystal Bay. It's an island made for adventurous people. We were a large group and we ideally wanted to travel together. However, the travel agent was not able to organize a minibus for us. After hours of searching and talking to various travel agents, we finalized visiting Nusa Penida. However, we did not know the challenges and the area very well, and there were mistakes we made which we could have avoided if we had planned better. And in this section, I will help you with more insights on the area and things not to do. Tour guide got us 2 cabs. Mind you, the cabs were really clean and comfy. This was the first mistake that we made. Our cruise transfer was organized from Sanur Port, which is 18 kilometers from Seminyak and takes 28 minutes. However, due to peak traffic, it took us 45 minutes. The cab drivers don't park at Sanur Port because they have to pay a fee, so they parked like 5 minutes away and we had to walk to the El Rey cruise office. Formalities took around 30 minutes. After we had our tickets, we were guided to the Sanur Port, which was a 10-minute walk from the office. The Sanur Port was crowded and full of people. Now here's the tip. Nusa Penida is accessible from 2 ports, the Sanur Port and the Kusamba Port. I suggest using Kusamba Port because it's way less busy and less touristy, and it's a short little ferry ride. If you're booking through a travel agent, make sure you tell them that you want to go to the Kusamba Port. Here is the bonus tip that comes out of the mistake we made. If you are a small group or a family, I would suggest book a private boat, especially for snorkeling, and later in the video you will see why I say that. Now coming on to the cost, the adult ticket costs you 600,000 IDR, which is equivalent to $57 AUD, and a kid will cost you 400,000 IDR, which comes to $38.45 AUD, and this includes pickup, drop, hotel transfer, cruise transfer, welcome drink and lunch. We had booked our cruise through El Rey. Okay, so we finally got on to the ferry. The ferry ride was 45 minutes. Now mistake number 2, the ferry was crowded and the lower cabin was full of people and it was hard to find seats. So we decided to upgrade to a VIP section, which was on the upper deck, and the views were amazing from there. We paid additional $150 for 9 of us. So now when you get off the ferry, there is a 10-minute walk to the base where all your equipments are handed over to you. The life jackets are given to you when you are on the speedboat. Ride was a bit bumpy, however we survived and made it to the final point where we were snorkeling. The tour guide told us that there were 4 locations that were included in the package for snorkeling.
Snorkeling in 4 locations, so we are covering all 4 locations, right?
When we were actually there, the people at the boat told us that we can only do 3 of the places for snorkeling, and we were really disappointed. The tour guide also told us that on the speedboat there will be maximum of 15 people, but when we landed onto our boat, there were actually 27 people. Whether you have booked your tour to start directly in Nusa Penida or you have been picked up in mainland Bali, you will likely hit up the same few spots to snorkel. The main one, of course, is Manta Bay. This is the one stop where your boat crew will scout for stunning creatures and where you will have a chance to swim with them.
Want to take a picture?
Yeah. Okay, so we are at the location and Manmeet is jumping first. Yeah, Manmeet goes in. After go on. We are off to our second location.
After that, you will have the opportunity to snorkel at 1 or 2 other spots along the western coast of Nusa Penida. Those will likely be Crystal Bay or Gamut Bay.
What third location?
If you book a day tour that brings you over from Bali, you might also get to snorkel at Nusa Lembongan before hopping over to Nusa Penida. Or if you couldn't leave Penida without hitting up those iconic sea cliff viewpoints I mentioned, you could spend half your day snorkeling and other half exploring the western coast landmarks. After we were done snorkeling, our next stop was sightseeing Angel Billabong, Broken Beach and Kalinking Beach. We hopped on to our next 2 cabs which were organized and made our way to the Kalinking Beach. In between we stopped for lunch and a welcome drink that was part of the package. The lunch almost took 45 minutes for them to get the food for us and another 30 minutes for us to finish, which decreased our time for exploration. The drive to Kalinking Beach is really bumpy and horrible because of the road condition. The roads are in pretty bad shape. If you are a solo solo or a couple, you can hire a scooter if you want to explore the island yourself, or you can get a driver to take you all the best spots. 30,000 IDR per day, and if you want to get a driver, that will cost you about 90,000 IDR. He will take you to all the best spots. Please note, Grab and Gojek don't work on this island. However, you will find a lot of drivers in the area, but they are only cash. It's a really important tip, guys. If you are looking to explore Kelingking Beach and Diamond Beach, please make sure that you have your travel insurance. Kelingking and Diamond Beach are really sketchy to walk down. Anything can happen. Emergency medical can be quite expensive in Bali. In all honesty, I think this day was super hectic and we were not able to cover all we wanted. So my recommendation is to stay here for 2 days to fully explore. Also, if you are hiring a scooter, please be very careful as the approaching road to the island is really horrible and the ride is really bumpy.